Welcome to Easy Guides, step-by-step information. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell button. How to import and export goods. Importing goods. Importing Step 1. Market research and supplier selection. Identify reliable suppliers from foreign markets. Research the quality, pricing, standards or certificates, and reputation of potential suppliers. Ask for samples to test their products. Make note of their willingness to answer all your questions. Example: you find a reputable electronics manufacturer in China that specializes in the type of products you want to import. You research their track record, read customer reviews, look for any red flags. Importing Step 2. Determine import terms. Agree on import terms, Incoterms, with the supplier. Determine responsibilities for shipping, payment terms, delivery times, insurance, customs clearance, letter of credit, and all additional costs. Example: you negotiate with a supplier and agree on a purchase order for 1,000 units of a specific electronic device at a cost of $50 each, with delivery within 30 days. Importing Step 3. Obtain necessary licenses and permits. Check if the imported goods require any import licenses or permits. Apply for the necessary licenses from your country's relevant agencies. Example: you discover that your country imposes an import duty of 10% on electronics. Additionally, you learn that you need to obtain an import license for electronics due to their potential impact on local industries. Importing Step 4. Documentation. Obtain necessary import documents, which may include purchase order, commercial invoice, bill of lading or airway bill, packing list, certificate of origin, import license if required, import declaration. Importing Step 5. Customs clearance. Submit the import declaration to your country's customs authorities. Ensure compliance with import regulations and provide requested documents. Look for a customs broker if required. Determine any customs duties, taxes, and fees that you might have to pay for your goods and importing. Example: you work with a customs broker to complete the necessary paperwork, including a bill of lading, commercial invoice, packing list, and import declaration. This documentation is submitted to your country's customs authority. Importing Step 6. Transportation and delivery. Arrange for the transportation of goods from the foreign supplier to your location. Coordinate with a freight forwarder or shipping company. Example: you choose to transport the goods by sea using a shipping container. You arrange for shipping insurance to cover potential damage during transit. Importing Step 7. Customs duties and taxes. Pay any applicable customs duties, taxes, and fees upon arrival of the goods. Be mindful of similar future costs and plan in advance so there are no surprises. Example: upon arrival at the port, the customs authorities review your submitted documentation and calculate the 10% import duty based on the declared value of the goods. Importing Step 8. Inspection and quarantine. If required, adhere to inspection and quarantine procedures for certain goods. Do research before importing to make sure that your goods are not illegal or prohibited in your country. Example: customs officials inspect a sample of your imported electronics to verify their compliance with safety and quality standards. If the goods pass inspection, they're cleared for distribution. Importing Step 9. Payment. Make payment to the international supplier according to the agreed-upon terms. Be prompt with your payment and build a good relationship with your supplier based on professional standards and ethics. Example: You use a letter of credit to ensure secure payment to the supplier. The letter of credit assures the supplier that they will receive payment upon fulfilling the agreed conditions. Exporting goods. Exporting Step 1, Market Research and Product Selection. Identify potential international markets for your goods. Research the demand, competition, and pricing in those markets. Select the products you want to export based on market research. Example, you have a line of organic skincare products and research the demand for natural beauty products in a target market like Europe. You analyze consumer trends and identify potential gaps in the market. Exporting Step 2, obtain necessary licenses and permits. Check if your chosen goods require any export licenses or permits. Apply for the required licenses and permits from relevant government agencies. Example, you discover that the European Union has strict regulations for cosmetics and skincare products. You need to ensure your products comply with these regulations before exporting. Exporting Step 3, determine export terms. Decide on the terms of sale, Incoterms, with your international buyer. Specify responsibilities for transportation, insurance, customs clearance, and other costs. Example, you determine that a competitive price for your products in the European market is €25 per unit. You negotiate with potential buyers, agreeing to sell them 500 units at this price. Exporting Step 4, prepare the goods. Package the goods securely to prevent damage during transportation. Label the packages with product details, quantity, country of origin, and other necessary information. Example, to meet EU regulations, you reformulate your skincare products to exclude certain ingredients and ensure they're properly labeled with ingredient lists and usage instructions. Exporting Step 5, documentation. Prepare necessary export documents, which may include commercial invoice, packing list, bill of lading or airway bill, certificate of origin, export license if required, export declaration. Example, you prepare a commercial invoice that includes detailed product descriptions, quantities, prices, and total value. You also provide a certificate of origin to demonstrate the origin of your products. Exporting Step 6, customs clearance. Submit export declaration to your country's customs authorities. Ensure compliance with export regulations and provide requested documentation. Example, you work with a freight forwarder to ensure your products are properly packed and documented for export. They handle the logistics, including arranging transportation and completing export declaration forms. Exporting Step 7, transportation and insurance. Arrange transportation for the goods, whether by sea, air, road, or rail. Coordinate with a freight forwarder or shipping company. Consider purchasing international cargo insurance to protect against loss or damage during transit. Example, your skincare products are transported via air freight to a distribution center in Europe. You provide clear instructions to the carrier about handling and delivery. Exporting Step 8, payment. Receive payment from the international buyer according to the agreed upon terms. Be professional to ensure continuous business. Example, once the products are delivered and accepted by the European buyer, you receive payment as per the agreed terms, either through wire transfer or another agreed upon method. Remember that the specifics of the process can vary greatly depending on the countries involved and the nature of the goods being imported or exported. It's important to research and understand the regulations and requirements of both the exporting and importing countries. Consulting with professionals, such as customs brokers or international trade experts, can also be helpful to navigate any complexities.